I'm Hillary Mulick, a North Carolina wedding photographer, and today on my YouTube channel, I'm going to be talking about 8 things that every website needs. I did a blog post of this topic years ago, and I decided that I wanted to repurpose it into a YouTube video and add some things to it, since there are some things that I feel like websites need nowadays that maybe weren't as important a couple of years ago. So today I'm excited to cover these 8 things that I think every website needs. So the first thing, and dare I say most important, because it is something that I see left off of websites all the time and it's just mind-boggling to me, is every website needs to have a direct email listed. I think a lot of websites nowadays have a contact form, but there is no direct email. And there are 2 reasons why you absolutely need to have a direct email. Number 1, not everybody that comes to your website is someone that wants to hire you. So for example, I work with lots of different vendors on a wedding day. I love sending my images to them so that they can use them in their own portfolios. And what I do is I go to their website to find their direct email so that I can directly send the gallery link over to them. And if they don't have a direct email, I have no way of sending their gallery. I'm not gonna go through and fill out their 20-question contact form because I'm not an inquiring client and I'm not gonna spend my precious time doing that, so they don't end up getting images. So that's one reason why it's really important to have a direct link of your email on your website. The second reason is, what if for some reason your contact page is not working? I have heard multiple, not really horror stories, but more just sad stories of people who just lost tons and tons of inquiries because there was a glitch going on with their contact form and people had no other way of contacting them. I actually have it on my website that I want them to fill out my contact form, and if for some reason they don't hear from me within a certain amount of time, here is my direct email so that they can contact me, because I never want to be in an instance where someone is trying to hire me for their wedding and they haven't heard from me. They have no other way of contacting me other than my contact form. And then what if my contact form is glitching and is for some reason not sending me that inquiry information and I'm losing out on money because of it? So tip number 1 on something you for sure need to have on your website is your direct email. The second thing I want you to have on your website is featured galleries of images from the same event. A lot of websites will have, you know, the best of the best. And I think that's what Instagram kind of is now, is just, you know, your best work that you post on there. But people want to see lots of images from the same event. They want to see like getting ready stuff, portraits, wedding party, candids during the reception, dancing stuff, sparkler exit. You don't need to put a full gallery in there, because I think that a link to that is something that you can provide in an email when someone inquires with you. But just have galleries on your website that have multiple, a variety of images from the same event, so that they can kind of get an idea of the flow of the wedding day and the different images that you take throughout a wedding day, rather than just, you know, one image from multiple weddings that you photograph that are just like the best of the best images. That's not going to provide them with what they're going to experience from you as their wedding photographer. So make sure you provide galleries that have multiple images of the same event. Third tip is, go through your whole website and make sure all of your links are working correctly. Make sure that no links are broken. I recently was on someone's website and tried to click on something. I got sent to some weird page and it said this link does not exist, and I thought, oh, that was weird. And then I went and tried to click on something else a couple minutes later, same thing happened, and I thought, okay, this person obviously does not check their links very often, and I think it's important. So make sure you go to your website and check all of your links, make sure everything is linked appropriately and that there are no broken links. It's a huge turnoff to go to someone's website and a bunch of links are broken and are not working. It makes you think, what kind of business are they running? The fourth thing that you need to make sure you include on your website is make sure at the end of every website page there is some sort of call to action. I like to think of it as when a new visitor comes to your website, you're trying to take them through a journey of your website. So when they go to your website, they're probably going to initially land on your home page. And on your home page, you want to make sure that they go where they're supposed to go. So for example, if this is someone who could be a potential wedding client, they're gonna end up on your homepage, and you're gonna have somewhere on the homepage of, hey, if you are planning a wedding, click here. Learn more about my wedding stuff here. So they're gonna click, they're gonna go to your wedding page. They're gonna look at all of your wedding information, and then what's gonna be at the bottom of the wedding page? It's going to be inquire with me about your wedding. So they're going to click that. That's a call to action. They're going to be taken to your wedding contact form. They're going to fill out all the information and submit it back. And that is the flow that you want them to go through. You want them to go through a journey on your website to get to where they need to get to, because there are call to actions at the bottom of every single page, helping them along the way. I also like to call this the fall down the rabbit hole effect. So, you know, when you go to someone's website or their YouTube channel or their Instagram and just you feel like you're falling down the rabbit hole, like time has passed, like 30 minutes, an hour, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm still on this website or I'm still on this YouTube video. And it's because it's taking you through a journey, and it's keeping your interest and keeping you intrigued. And at no point is it just like, oh, I finished reading this, I don't know what to do next, so I guess I'll just click off the page, because there was no call to action. It wasn't telling me what to do next. So big reason you want people to fall down the rabbit hole when they go to your website, and the way to do this is by having call to actions at the bottom of every single one of your website pages. Tip number 5, make sure your website is mobile friendly. That is just something that is so important now. And actually, if you have a Google Analytics, which is really easy to get, you can actually look and see how people are viewing your website, whether majority are viewing it from desktop, from tablet, from their phones. And I have found, at least with my own Google Analytics, and I'm sure if you look up yours will be similar, that most people are accessing my website through their mobile devices, which means if your website is not mobile friendly and they're, you know, clicking on a link to your website and there's like tiny text that they're not able to read and tiny images that they're not able to see because it's not mobile friendly, they're going to click off and they're not going to want to, you know, look at your stuff any further. So make sure your website is mobile friendly. On that same note of making sure your website is mobile friendly, create a popular links page on your website. This can be just a hidden page on your website. It doesn't need to be a link that is right on your website. But what you can use this popular link page for is you can link it in the website spot on your Instagram, on your TikTok, on your Pinterest, so that when they click it, because they're likely going to be on their mobile devices, they'll click it and it'll pull up just a website page of all of your most popular links, and it'll bring them exactly where they need to be on your website. And this is a mobile friendly page. No more Linktree. Although Linktree does the same exact thing, but it's not as well branded and customized as if you were to just build a popular links page on your website and just have this accessible to people from like your social media platforms. Tip number 6, and this kind of goes along the lines of making sure your website is mobile friendly, but making sure that your pricing pages are on your website as well. Now, this can be a hidden link. So I have a pricing page that is a hidden link on my website that people can only access if they have a direct link to. So it's not like someone can go to my website and just automatically see all of my pricing package stuff, because I want them to email me, and I have different pricing pages depending on what they want to look at. So I have different options for that, but make sure that you are not using PDF pricing guides anymore. I think those are very outdated and they're definitely not mobile friendly. Do you remember the last time you pulled up a PDF on your phone and the text was probably really tiny and you had to zoom in to like see the words? No. just have a website page that is mobile friendly of all of your pricing information, and that is the link that you can provide to people that are inquiring for your packages and pricing information. Tip number 7 of something that your website needs is make sure that all of the images on your website are resized to be web size. So if you are uploading giant high resolution files, like high resolution images to your website, these are gonna take a long time to upload. And so what's gonna happen is someone's gonna come to your website and they're not gonna see your beautiful images right away because they're too big and they're taking forever to upload. And a person's attention span on a website is not very long. They can click on and off in like 5 seconds. And honestly, that's kind of my attention span when I go to someone's website. If things don't upload right away, I think, I'm not gonna sit here and wait for this stuff to upload. So I click off and then I go and do something else. And that's exactly what you don't want to people who might potentially want to hire you for the next photography session or wedding. So make sure all of your images are web sized so that when they come to your website, everything is loading up really quick and they're able to see all of your beautiful images. Tip number 8, last one of something that you definitely need to have on your website, and I think it's often something that is overlooked, is making sure you have thank you pages. So when someone contacts you and they fill out your contact form for, inquiring about a session or a wedding, and they send it to you, they're going to be redirected to a thank you page. Now this can either be something that is just automatic, where your website is just going to pull up some random page that says, thank you for submitting this form. And then that's it. And then the rest is a blank page. I think that's a total missed opportunity. If you have a very custom thank you page that's going to provide them with some call to actions, it's going to make them want to stay on your website even more. And it's going to provide more opportunity for you to make a connection with them. So I encourage you to do away with those just like automated thank you pages that get pulled up after a contact form is submitted, and create a more customized thank you page. And this thank you page can have some call to actions such as, go follow me on Instagram, go see what's happening on my YouTube channel. I like to, if you want to go the extra mile, film video of yourself. And it can just be on your phone. I think I filmed mine on my phone, and then I just uploaded it to YouTube as like a private video and then linked it to my thank you pages. But it's basically just a video of my face saying, hey, thank you so much for taking the time to fill out my contact form. I'm super excited to email you. I will email you back within 24 to 48 hours, and I can't wait to chat with you more about your wedding day. And that's it. And it's just a great way to make just another connection with someone. And then I link my Instagram so that they can follow me on there and see what I'm up to if they're not already following me on Instagram. I link my YouTube video if they're interested in seeing of my recent videos. I just think creating customized thank you pages is just something that every website needs, and it just really goes the extra mile and creates that connection with those future clients and are going to make them more excited to hear from you and to potentially hire you in the future. So those were the 8 things that every website needs. I feel like my throat kind of hurts because that was a lot, and apparently I'm very passionate about websites. But thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already downloaded my newest freebie, it's in the description down below. It's how to get 10 storytelling images with just one pose. It's a really great guide, and I'd love for you to have it, and it's free. So you can click the description down below to get that guide, and I'll see you again next week for another YouTube episode. Bye.